Hello everyone. Today I would like to post an update about an event which took place on Tuesday in Washington DC in the USA. The UFO documentary director James Fox, generally well liked and respected by the UFO community, organized a joint American and Brazilian event, the clue and the main point of which were the first-hand witnesses of the famous 1996 Varginha UFO incident, which is widely considered one of the most important UAP events in modern history. The event took place at the National Press Club, which already saw a major UFO conference organized by Dr. Stephen Greer all the way back in 2001. The News Nation TV station was kind enough to provide a live stream of the event on Tuesday, and it was publicly available for viewing on YouTube. You can find a link to that video down below in the comments. And here is the recap of the event. The introductions included Kirk McConnell, a long-standing staffer in the Congress with more than 30 years of experience, and who came into contact with many UFO witnesses over the years. We heard a recorded welcome from the legendary Dr. Jacques Vallée, which was obviously provided remotely, as he unfortunately could not attend the event in person. We then heard the welcome from James Fox himself. The event was joined by Congressman Eric Burleson, as well as a senator from Brazil, representing the respective powers that be of both countries. We saw Carlos de Souza, a man who witnessed the crashed cigar-shaped craft which crash-landed in a field near the city of Varginha in Brazil. He was previously interviewed by James Fox for the documentary movie titled The Moment of Contact. He recalled the crash happening on the 13th of January 1996. He saw the craft descending and losing altitude while emitting white smoke. He also remembered the craft having a lateral tear located near the rear of the vehicle. He drove towards the eventual crash site of the object. Upon reaching the site, he smelled a strong odor of ammonia and rotten eggs. Half the craft on the ground was intact while parts of it were scattered nearby. The site was already filled with army vehicles and personnel. He followed it up with a description of how he was coerced into not speaking and effectively vanished from the radar for 26 years before speaking about the incident at all. This was followed by recorded statements from other first-hand witnesses who were denied entry visas and could not be present during the event in person. The witnesses did mention the vehicles performing maneuvers which are not possible for any known terrestrial vehicle, airborne or otherwise. The statements also included the ladies who famously claimed to have seen one of the beings and survivors of the crash crouched near a wall at an empty ground lot. One of the witnesses was a member of the military who claims to have transported one of the beings from Varginha to Campinas. This witness had his identity hidden because of security purposes. He claimed that US forces took over the beings he transported at Campinas. We heard the testimony of the sister of Marco Cereze, a policeman who came into direct contact and touch with one of the otherworldly beings and who died in the aftermath, possibly as a result of contact with alien pathogens. His autopsy showed the infection with a bacterium which did not make a match to known human pathogens. This report was also confirmed by a renowned forensic pathologist from Brazil who was present in person and confirmed the unusual findings. We also heard Dr. Italo Venturelli, whose testimony was recently posted online. He allegedly came into contact with one of the Varginha alien beings while working at the regional hospital in Varginha on the 20th of January 1996. He was initially shown a video of a being he mistook for a child with extreme macrocephaly or cranial hypergrowth. He then saw the being face to face in a hospital bed and immediately had zero doubt that the being was non-human. It was the size of a 7-year-old child with large head, thin arms, 3 fingers on each hand and a thumb, and it had a tiny mouth. The skin of the being was very light, almost white. The being was extremely peaceful and communicated telepathically with the doctors. Towards the end of the event, we heard from Kirk McConnell, who said that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, as well as other senators, held meetings and interviews in secure facilities, with first and second hand witnesses who have the knowledge of reality of highly intelligent non-human beings, UFO retrievals and reverse engineering of non-human craft. Those people are terrified with the idea of coming forward in fear for their lives. It then falls to us, the grassroots people, to spread the awareness, remove the stigma, and ultimately push for public acknowledgement of the reality that we are not alone from the people who are in power. So, was the event important? I definitely think so myself. Although those of us interested in the UFOs, those who have seen The Moment of Contact, a movie by James Fox dedicated to the Varginha case, and those who have been interested in this particular case perhaps did not get to know much of new knowledge, but to hear and see the witnesses in person and to hear their moving testimonies brought the case a much more human touch and dimension, and at least to me even more credibility than before. What do you think of the Varginha case and of the event itself, dear viewers? Perhaps you have watched it yourself? Let me know in the comment section down below. Next week we will likely return to the series dedicated to the strange website called Forgotten Languages and its odd ties to the UFO phenomenon. Thank you very much for watching. I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe to the channel, as it helps us spread the knowledge and awareness of the phenomenon, and I will see you soon in another video. Take care.